I remember he was having a lot of problems. Every time he mentioned Brando's name, one of the executives is the right word, said, if you mention his name again, you're out.
And the guy who was then the president said, as president of Paramount Pictures, these are his exact words, as president of Paramount Pictures, Marlon Brando will never appear in this motion picture.
Let me lay it on the line for you and your boss, whoever he is. Johnny Fontaine will never get that movie.
I remember I just sort of fell on the floor and I said to them, you know, at least give me a chance. They're all right. If, number one, he does the movie for nothing, if he does a screen test, and if he puts up a bond guaranteeing that none of his shenanigans will cause a delay, you can consider him. So I said, all right. And I called up Brandon, whom I didn't know, and, you know, had made that contact and said, oh, what if I do some makeup tests, I said, you know, to get around the screen test. And I went and I brought Italian cheese and cigars and stuff. And we were just shooting, and he saw the cheese and went like that, and he started to like take his hair and put shoe polish on. And he says, it's like a bulldog, and puts some on. He goes, I want to have, you know, and he's doing this right there, and I'm shooting it, and then like he started going, he put Kleenex in his mouth, and he had black. It's remarkable to see.
Buonasera. Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship, then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
Be my friend? Godfather?
In, I forget the amount of time, but a very short time, he knew the cast. As a matter of fact, Bobby Duvall, Al Pacino, and myself flew up to San Francisco, the Zoetrope. Eleanor, his wife, cut our hair, put a bowl over her head, cut our head, and with a 16mm camera, you know, we improvised and did some stuff. And that was it, okay?
Don Corleone, please.
Hey, it's good, huh? It's good.
That cost him like 4 corned beef sandwiches, I think, the whole, you know.
I was more or less just sort of wandering. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, movies were very new to me, and Duvall would say before each take, he said, no matter what you do, you're going to laugh on this take. And I didn't want to laugh.
I want to hear this, Sonny, but if your father dies, make the deal. It's easy for you to say he's not your father. Wait a minute, it's easy for you to say it's not your father. It's easy for you to say it ain't your father. Fuck you and your asshole. Very nice, Jim.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Come on, you asshole.
You started. I know you don't want to hear it, Sonny, but if your father dies, make the deal. Well, it's easy for you to say he's not your father. I think Jimmy at the time wanted to play Michael. Said, no, you should play Sonny. Well, I want, you know, and then I said, well, you read Hagen. I kept saying it was Hogan. Cole said, no, it's Hagen. And, you know, it was all like a joke in a way, because who knew if it was going to be? But it was like, you know, I had seen Al on Broadway. I said, this kid would be terrific for this. And, you know, I mean, we talked about it, you know, informally.